Have you ever thought about how small yet meaningful gestures can deepen intimacy with your partner? In this video, we're going to uncover 6 intimate acts that can elevate your sexual relationship, enhancing both physical pleasure and emotional closeness. From the gentle touch of a fingertip on the lips to subtle stimulation of sensitive areas, each gesture is designed to bring you closer, fostering a more fulfilling, intimate experience. You'll uncover the secrets behind these acts, learn how to perform them with care, and understand the profound impact they can have on your relationship. By staying tuned until the end, you'll gain valuable insights into your partner's desires and how to respond to them, making your intimate moments more meaningful and satisfying. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so and hitting the notification bell to stay updated on future videos. Before we start, please like the video to help spread this message. And if you enjoy this topic, comment 1 below. If not, comment 0 so I know how to improve and create better content for you. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Placing a finger in a woman's mouth. When a man gently places his finger in a woman's mouth, it's a deeply intimate gesture that goes beyond physical touch, symbolizing connection and unity. This act conveys trust, openness, and mutual respect. By allowing herself to be in such a receptive position, the woman expresses an implicit trust in her partner, opening herself emotionally and physically. This willingness to be vulnerable is a powerful expression of intimacy, signaling a deep bond between the partners. As his finger touches her lips, it can evoke a sensory response that ignites a wave of sensations, enriching the overall experience. This initial touch is not just a physical action, it's a significant moment that can elicit a range of emotions and sensations. The lips, one of the most sensitive parts of the body, are filled with nerve endings that respond to even the slightest contact. The soft, tactile feeling of her lips against his skin establishes an instant and close connection, evoking feelings of closeness and tenderness, bridging the gap between physical and emotional intimacy, and fostering a deeper connection. This touch can heighten arousal and anticipation. The light pressure and motion of his finger on her lips stimulate sensitive nerves, sending signals to the brain that are both calming and thrilling. This blend of physical pleasure and emotional excitement creates a unique sensory experience that deepens intimacy. The anticipation of what might come next can amplify these feelings, making the moment even more intense. As the woman begins to suck on his finger, the rhythm and closeness can increase her excitement and desire. This seemingly simple act involves multiple senses, creating a cycle of pleasure and arousal. The rhythm of her mouth, along with the taste and texture of his finger, leads to an intensely erotic experience that strengthens her feelings of desire. This act arouses both partners, creating a shared experience of pleasure and connection. Moreover, this gesture builds a strong bond between the couple, enhancing their level of intimacy and trust. It's more than just physical contact, it's a symbolic act of connection and unity, where both partners share a moment of vulnerability and closeness. This simple but deeply personal gesture serves as a meaningful way to deepen your relationship. It acts as a reminder of the emotional and physical connection between partners, strengthening their bond and heightening their intimacy. The symbolic significance of this gesture shouldn't be overlooked, as it represents a form of mutual surrender where both partners lower their defenses and embrace the intimacy of the moment. This shared vulnerability fosters a stronger sense of trust and connection, reinforcing the emotional ties that bind them. The act becomes a private language of intimacy, a way to communicate feelings and desires without words. This gesture can also have a lasting impact on their relationship. It can become a cherished memory, a moment they can recall to reignite their connection during times of distance or stress. The trust and closeness built through such gestures create a foundation for their relationship, helping them face challenges with a stronger bond. In conclusion, placing a finger in a woman's mouth, though seemingly simple, is a powerful and meaningful gesture. It represents trust, openness, and connection, offering a sensory and emotional experience that can strengthen the bond between partners. This gesture serves as a reminder of shared intimacy, fostering a connection that goes beyond the physical and touches the heart of their relationship. Number 2, inserting a finger into a woman's vagina. When a man gently and attentively inserts his finger into a woman's vagina, it can be a highly intimate and pleasurable experience for both partners. This act reflects a deep level of trust and physical closeness, as the woman allows her partner to explore one of her most sensitive and private areas. The sensation of his finger inside her body stimulates numerous nerve endings, providing an experience of pleasure and arousal that resonates throughout her entire being. A woman may desire that her partner continues this act, as the rhythmic and careful movement of his finger can elicit waves of pleasure. Depending on her preference, gentle or firm pressure can stimulate the G-spot and other sensitive areas, heightening her arousal and strengthening their physical bond. The man's attentive approach to her responses makes the experience even more enjoyable and comforting, as he adapts his touch to her needs and desires. This thoughtful stimulation can encourage natural lubrication, enhancing the sensation and preparing her body for deeper intimacy. The physical and emotional connection created by this act strengthens the bond between partners, providing an experience that is both pleasurable and intimate. The act of a man gently inserting his finger into a woman's vagina can serve as a prelude to deeper sexual encounters, enhancing both closeness and mutual satisfaction. This interaction allows the woman to become fully aroused, preparing her body for further intimate moments. The physical pleasure that arises from this act is often coupled with an emotional closeness, as the woman feels cherished and desired by her partner. This blend of physical and emotional enjoyment strengthens their bond, fostering a more fulfilling relationship. Finger insertion also serves as a means for partners to explore each other's bodies, learning what brings the most pleasure and enhancing their connection. Women often value men who take the time to understand their bodies and desires, and by inserting his finger and paying attention to her responses, a man can learn what brings her the most pleasure. This careful exploration and attentiveness make her feel valued and respected, heightening her overall experience. The buildup of pleasure and anticipation during this act can be highly stimulating, leaving the woman eager for more intimate contact with her partner. Gentle and intentional movements help her relax, making the experience more enjoyable and fulfilling. For many women, the ultimate aim during this act is to become fully aroused and then transition to intercourse. The gradual buildup of excitement through finger stimulation can make the ensuing act of sex even more intense and pleasurable. Feeling thoroughly prepared allows for more satisfying and enjoyable sexual experiences, and the man's attentiveness to her needs and preferences fosters a deeper connection, enhancing the shared experience. Furthermore, this intimate gesture can strengthen the emotional bond between partners. The trust and openness involved in allowing a partner to explore such a private part can deepen emotional ties, increasing respect and affection. This shared experience of pleasure and connection enhances the quality of the relationship, making both partners feel more in tune with each other's needs and desires. The act of finger insertion also provides a way for partners to express their wants and preferences, promoting a deeper level of understanding and connection. In conclusion, inserting a finger into a woman's vagina is a deeply intimate and pleasurable experience that can significantly enrich both the physical and emotional bond between partners. This act signifies trust, vulnerability, and a deep understanding of each other's bodies and desires. It can act as a lead-in to more intense sexual activities, helping to fully arouse the woman and prepare her for intercourse. By dedicating time to exploring and stimulating her, a man can create a more satisfying and fulfilling experience for both, strengthening their bond and deepening their relationship. The closeness and connection cultivated through this act can elevate the overall quality of the relationship, leaving both partners more attuned to each other's desires and needs. Number 3, inserting a finger into the back area of a woman's vagina. When a man gently explores the back area of a woman's vagina with his finger, it can create a profound sense of relaxation and intimacy. This specific touch targets deeply sensitive areas, heightening pleasure and connection. The back area, often called the posterior fornix, is rich in nerve endings and can respond intensely to gentle touch. As his finger explores this intimate region, the woman may feel her body naturally relaxing and opening up, providing both physical and emotional comfort, which fosters a greater sense of closeness with her partner. During this intimate moment, holding her partner's penis in her hand can further enhance her sense of control and enjoyment. This physical contact reinforces their connection, creating a mutual exchange of desire and affection. The stimulation of the back area of the vagina can be incredibly arousing, prompting an instinctive response from the woman. In this heightened state of excitement, she may quickly undress, signaling her readiness and desire for further intimate contact. By positioning herself in an inviting way, such as lying on her back or assuming a receptive posture, she expresses her longing for deeper stimulation. At this point, the woman's desire for her partner becomes evident. She yearns for the deep connection and physical satisfaction that penetration brings. The urgency of her movements and her intense desire reflect her heightened arousal, fueled by the stimulation of sensitive areas within her vagina. When the man responds to her signals and enters her, moving in rhythm, it can create an incredibly pleasurable experience for both. The deep penetration stimulates both the front and back regions of the vagina, delivering a comprehensive and deeply satisfying sensation. This intimate act not only fulfills her physical desires but also strengthens the emotional connection between them, as they share a profound moment of closeness and mutual pleasure. The act of inserting a finger into the back area of the vagina, combined with the following intimate interactions, can significantly enhance their overall sexual experience. It allows for the exploration of deeply sensitive areas, fostering a greater understanding of each other's bodies and desires. This intimate exploration leads to more satisfying encounters, as both partners learn to communicate and respond to each other's needs more effectively. In conclusion, exploring the back area of a woman's vagina with a finger can be an intimate and pleasurable experience that enhances both the physical and emotional connection between partners. This act signifies a deep level of trust and understanding, as the woman allows her partner to explore a highly sensitive and private part of her body. The resulting relaxation and arousal can lead to a more intense and satisfying sexual encounter, meeting the desires of both partners and strengthening their connection. By taking time to understand each other's bodies in this way, partners can build a more fulfilling relationship marked by mutual pleasure and a deep emotional bond. Number 4. Gently and sensually placing a finger in a woman's mouth. A woman freely entrusts her body to a man who knows how to gently place his finger in her mouth with a sensual touch. This intimate act is both potent and evocative the moment his finger meets her lips. It can spark a sensory reaction that heightens arousal. The soft, delicate touch combined with the act of sucking on his finger can bring about relaxation and heightened desire in the woman. That initial brush of his finger on her lips is subtle, almost like a whisper, creating a quick and close connection between them. This simple gesture triggers a cascade of sensations, activating sensitive nerve endings in her lips and mouth. A woman's lips, being one of the most responsive parts of her body, react to the gentle pressure and motion of his finger, intensifying her senses and drawing her into a deep state of relaxation and arousal. This seemingly small action builds trust and enhances their emotional bond, requiring a level of openness and vulnerability that strengthens their connection. When a woman begins to suck on his finger, it can mirror the feelings of oral pleasure, further increasing her excitement and preparing her for more intimate acts. The rhythmic nature of sucking is inherently calming, creating a cycle of pleasure and anticipation. In this scenario, his finger serves as a channel for arousing sensations, where the rhythmic motion of her sucking combined with the feel of his finger in her mouth amplifies her arousal. The key here is for the man to be gentle and mindful of her responses, ensuring the experience is pleasurable and not overwhelming. This intimate gesture can lead into more passionate moments, building anticipation and desire. The excitement generated by this sensual interaction can make the next activities more intense and fulfilling. As her arousal builds, her body naturally prepares for further closeness, with increased lubrication and heightened sensitivity. This act of placing a finger in her mouth and the subsequent sucking serves as a silent way to convey affection and desire. This nonverbal communication strengthens the emotional connection between partners, fostering closeness and mutual understanding. A man's attentiveness to her reactions and his ability to adapt his touch to suit her needs can make her feel cherished and respected, heightening the intimacy of the moment. In summary, gently and sensually placing a finger in a woman's mouth is a powerful and intimate gesture that can enhance the physical and emotional bond between partners. It conveys trust, vulnerability, and a deep understanding of each other's desires and bodies. This simple yet effective gesture builds trust and deepens the emotional connection between partners, preparing them for more intimate encounters and strengthening their relationship. Through exploring and responding to each other's needs in this way, partners can create a more satisfying and fulfilling intimate experience, enriched with mutual pleasure and a deep emotional bond. Number 5, the art of finger stimulation in a woman's vagina. The vagina is an extremely sensitive area, filled with nerve endings that make it an ideal spot for sexual pleasure. When a man inserts his finger into a woman's vagina, it has the potential to provide immense pleasure if done properly. Achieving this pleasure requires gentleness, a slow approach, and attentiveness to her reactions, ensuring every movement is considerate and responsive to her needs. Women often desire their partner to keep his finger moving inside, exploring different areas with variations in pressure and speed. This exploratory approach gradually increases her arousal, as each subtle shift in movement stimulates different parts of her vagina. The gentle, rhythmic movement of his finger, combined with varying pressure and speed, can stimulate the G-spot and other highly sensitive areas, heightening her pleasure and building toward a more intense climax. Women deeply value partners who take the time to understand their bodies and stimulate them thoroughly before moving to intercourse. By inserting his finger, the man has an opportunity to explore her unique responses, discovering what brings her the most pleasure. This attentive exploration not only enhances her arousal but also strengthens the emotional connection between them. This act provides both physical pleasure and demonstrates that the man cares about her needs and desires, fostering a stronger emotional bond. Finger stimulation serves as an intimate lead-in to more intense activities, ensuring the woman is fully aroused and prepared for intercourse. The gradual buildup of arousal is essential, as it prepares her body for more intense physical interaction, increasing lubrication and sensitivity. By thoroughly stimulating her, the man ensures that she is eager and excited for what comes next, enhancing the sexual experience for both partners. Moreover, this intimate act isn't solely about physical pleasure, it's also about forming a deep emotional connection. The man's attentiveness to her reactions and his willingness to spend time exploring her body shows that he values her pleasure and is committed to their mutual satisfaction. This care and consideration can strengthen their emotional bond, making the sexual experience more fulfilling and meaningful. In conclusion, inserting a finger into a woman's vagina, when done with care and awareness, can provide great pleasure and greatly enhance the physical and emotional connection between partners. By exploring her G-spot and other sensitive areas, varying the pressure and speed, and being mindful of her responses, a man can build her arousal gradually, leading to a more intense and satisfying climax. This intimate gesture not only readies her for intercourse but also demonstrates his attentiveness to her needs and desires, reinforcing the emotional connection between them and supporting a more meaningful and intimate relationship. Number 6, the sensitivity of the posterior fornix. The rear part of a woman's vagina, also known as the posterior fornix, can be especially sensitive and a source of intense pleasure for some women. By carefully inserting a finger into this area, a man can stimulate nerves that are not typically reached during standard intercourse. This focused stimulation can significantly relax her body, heightening her arousal and making it an effective technique for increasing intimacy and enhancing sexual pleasure. When a man stimulates the posterior fornix, it can evoke deep, intense sensations that resonate throughout her body. The nerves in this area are highly sensitive and gentle. Attentive stimulation can bring her to a heightened level of arousal and relaxation. This act not only offers physical pleasure but also nurtures a sense of closeness and trust between partners, as she feels appreciated and understood during this intimate moment. A woman might instinctively hold her partner's penis in her hand, signaling her readiness for deeper intimacy. This gesture reveals both her excitement and her longing for a stronger connection, while the physical sensation of holding him further increases her anticipation and eagerness, preparing her body for the next phase of intimacy. Stimulating the back area of her vagina can act as a prelude to more intense sexual activity. As her excitement grows, she may feel an urge to undress quickly and position herself to facilitate deeper penetration, reflecting her growing desire for heightened pleasure. This instinctive response highlights her readiness and enthusiasm for closer contact, creating a passionate and engaging atmosphere. Once in position, the man can enter her, moving rhythmically in and out. This deep penetration, combined with the stimulation of the posterior fornix, brings both partners powerful pleasure. The rhythmic movement and intense connection often lead to heightened sensations, enriching the experience for both. This intimate exploration of the posterior fornix not only enhances physical pleasure but also strengthens the emotional connection between them. Discovering and stimulating such a sensitive area requires communication, trust, and a thorough understanding of each other's bodies. This mutual exploration can foster a closer bond, making their sexual relationship more meaningful and fulfilling. In conclusion, stimulating the posterior fornix by inserting a finger into the back area of a woman's vagina can be an intensely pleasurable and intimate experience. This specific stimulation engages nerves that are usually untouched in regular intercourse, providing deep sensations and amplifying arousal. By responding to her cues and focusing on her pleasure, a man can create a more satisfying and intimate experience, strengthening their bond and deepening their emotional connection. This act serves as a powerful lead-in to deeper penetration and more intense intimacy, ensuring both partners experience profound pleasure and a strengthened relationship. Stoicism encourages people to approach beauty and sexuality with moderation, self-control, and an emphasis on inner virtue rather than outer desires. By exercising restraint and cultivating virtuous qualities, Stoics believe individuals can find a deeper sense of satisfaction and contentment in life. In enhancing physical and emotional bonds between partners, each of these gestures, from placing a finger in a woman's mouth to stimulating the sensitive parts of her vagina, emphasizes the role of trust, understanding, and attentiveness in building a satisfying, intimate relationship. We hope you found these insights valuable and that they inspire you to approach intimacy with more care and mindfulness. We'd love to hear from you. Please comment below with something you've learned and plan to incorporate into your life. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your feedback and engagement allow us to continue creating informative and helpful content. Thank you for being part of our community, and we look forward to hearing your thoughts.